You guys having a fun time at Planet Comicon? Do we have any Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans out there? All right, well, you know our moderator from her roles in Bring It On and Buffy. Let's welcome Geek Nation's Clare Kramer.
Hi, guys. Are you guys having a good Saturday? Planet Comicon 2017? Yes. You guys are like, is it still 2017? We're in convention time. We don't know what's happening. Anybody want to talk about Buffy? Let's bring out Emma Caulfield. What's happening? Okay, they're switching chairs. Thank you. You like lug that out here like it was nothing. I love it. Hi, Emma.
Oh my God, hi.
How are you?
Well, these are too tall for my legs. Look, I'm like a little...
You could just sit a little forward, you know, or you can sit back,
forward.
or you can sit up there and cross your legs. Nobody's judging, right, guys?
Hello. Oh my God, it's like I haven't seen you
I
since
know, I just
last
kind of
week.
like want to hang
Whenever
out
I
and
saw
drink
it.
some wine, but I guess we have an audience here, so let's talk about Buffy.
No, we drink wine in her pool. Very inappropriate. We're actually friends. We don't hate each other.
But you know what? That's the amazing thing about the show, and this is probably something that I get asked all the time is like, oh, do you stay in touch with cast members from the show? And like, by and large, all my best friends are from Buffy. I mean, you, Julie, Charisma, I mean, just everyone. And I don't know, it was just such a wonderful experience. Did you have the same experience when you came into the cast of inclusion right away?
Did I feel included?
Yeah.
I don't think I felt included, no. Secret. I mean, I wasn't unwelcome, but you know, that was a kind of a well-oiled machine at that point. You know, it's always challenging, I think, jumping into something where everyone's got the secret handshake a little bit. I would say Seth was my first friend, probably. He's just the best. He and Tony, I think, were like, I just instantly connected with them. And then it all worked out. And yeah, like you, like I've kept friends with most everybody, actually.
Yeah, it's a unique situation. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of like in the fandom, I think there's a Buffy family, and like we feel that same type of family amongst ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
And with you guys. Okay, so when you first read the script, you know, when you were going into audition, did you know anything about the show?
Yeah, I was a fan. I was a fan of the show. I liked it a lot. It was a guest star, and I was like, great, well, let me do it. I didn't know, I mean, I think Joss was in the room, I think. I don't remember. I really don't. I just know that I thought that'd be real fun, you know, 1 week job to get or whatever, and then it was like, whatever, 5 years later.
Well,
you know,
yeah, you
still
turned
there.
that into something
Yeah,
a little
it
more
turned-
than a
it
guest
turned
star.
it turned into something much bigger. I never expected that. I didn't expect the show to be as popular as it was, and probably even more so now than it has ever been, which is even more strange. How things take. You just never know as an actor. You never know what's going to hit and what's not. And sometimes you think things are going to hit and they get canceled like that, or they just don't even bother getting picked up as a pilot. So when you have something that goes for any length of period of time, it's like, wow, great, I can buy a house, you know.
How long were you on as a guest star before they were like, okay, series regular, let's lock it in?
I don't think I was regular till season 5, right? So I came on I think I did 2 episodes in season 3, and then I was on a lot in 4, and then I think it was that pilot season or whatever at the beginning of the year or something before. I don't remember, dude. I don't fucking know. I think I was a regular in 5.
I know you were, yeah, at that point, because that's when I came on, and they're
Yeah.
like, she's a regular. So yeah, I think you're right.
What is that? It was like, she's a regular, be really nice to her.
And they were like, and you're not a regular. And I'm,
Oh, that's
and I'm-
nice.
Yeah.
Just a caste system, right? Right there from the start. Yeah, avoid that girl. She's a bitch. Meaning me. I wasn't talking about Claire. God. Everyone loves Claire.
Well,
I'm horrible. I'm clearly.
let's jump ahead. You obviously then took a totally different direction with Bandwagon, and you wrote and produced and were
I wish you were in Bandwagon. I just didn't know. I mean, like, we're friends, but, like, I don't know why. It's been such a good time.
Bandwagon 2, baby. It can happen. But let's talk
Oh,
about
you mean
what
3.
Yeah, or 3. What artistically drove you to want to put your sort of thumbprint on more than just an acting performance?
Well, I think just being challenged, really. You know, I think, I mean, it's fulfilling in one regard to be given a piece of material and to try to make it your own and, I don't know, feed that part of yourself that likes to pretend to be somebody else for a minute. I mean, like what we all do when we're kids, just play make-believe. That's all we really do. We just get paid to pretend to be other people. It's really not complicated. Be happy, okay, you know, and here's some money.
And then you're happier.
And go buy your house, yeah. Doing the other things, though, that actually requires a whole different part of your brain to be firing at all given times, and it's incredibly rewarding to see something that had its seed within you come to fruition, and you know, it's just I don't know. They're both rewarding, but definitely having something that you put. Well, you know, you run your own company. It's like having a stake in something, in your own something, especially I think being female. Not to get too like, you know, woman power and be all mad about it. But yeah, definitely having it's harder for women, as you all know, I'm sure here, to get something that's yours off the ground. So to get it off the ground at all is just great.
And do you see, you know, Emma, in the next 2-3 years, are you looking to produce another show like Bandwagon? Are you looking to direct, write? Where, you know, I don't think that any of us will ever give up acting, you know, but in terms of where you would like your focus to be.
Gosh, I don't know. You know, I'm finding that to be a much more complicated question for me to answer, especially as a mom now. I've always been such a driven work person, and having a 9.5-month-old, I'm like, it just has to be really worth it for me to not be around her. When you're acting, it can work out because you get given trailers, you know, like hang out in when you're bored. So ridiculous. We're spoiled, and you know, like you can have a nanny or someone there to bring your child there and hang out in between scenes or whatever. But doing any other job, you know, definitely not. So then it becomes like, well, what's worth it for me to be gone? And I know you must, obviously. You have a whole army of children. You know.
I want to be taken care of when I get older.
Smart,
What can I
smart.
say?
Yeah, no, it's kind of whatever is inspiring me at the moment. I mean, I get to write every now and again for Entertainment Weekly, which is nice. They just let me write whatever
I know, that's so
like
awesome. How did that come about?
Well, I am a fangirl for quite a few things. The thing that sparked that was my love for the 100, and yeah. And I wasn't trying to be fake, but I would very much emphasize my fangirlness as a fangirl on Twitter, and basically live tweet it like I'm writing a diary and saying not even flattering things, actually. So it was half flattery, half, are you fucking kidding me? What a loser, blah, you know, like bad writing or whatever. And somehow they liked that. So Entertainment Weekly approached me and said, we really like your voice on this. Would you write a special column, or would you write a special article on the 100? And I'm like, yeah, but you read what I write, right? So, you know, I just want to make sure, because if you want me to edit it or whatever, like, no, just write as you do. And so that was that, and they got a really great response. They're like, "Do you want to keep doing it?" I'm like, "Sure." So, I just write when something moves me. I don't know. And I've been very lagging on that, just stuff, baby, and my dad, and just stuff that sort of waylaid me for a minute. But I'm feeling back inspired again. I have a feeling the next piece is going to be on the leftovers. Either that or it's going to be maybe on Designated Survivor, which is my guilty pleasure. I love Designated Survivor.
Love that.
I have a lot of feelings about McLeish. Yeah.
Yes. You know what, though?
Especially because it's so fun to say. McLeish.
I love your writing because, and it's part of the reason I love you as a person, is you are honest and you're refreshing and you're not fake in any way, shape, or form. And that's
me in trouble, though.
Well, that's okay, though. I mean,
Man, especially with some of the 100 fans, like, yikes.
But yeah. Especially as an industry person commenting on another aspect of the industry, it can be tempting, like you said, to just give compliments and accolades because you know.
I'm for sure not getting hired by a lot of people. I am for sure. Like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I guess I'll never be on that show again. But
well, it's kind of been a theme, a through line throughout some of the panels with other actresses this weekend is like embracing, I've been asking a lot of women, like, what would you recommend for young women entering the business or doing, and it's kind of, been a through line of embracing what makes you unique, and I think that as Emma, you've done a really good job of doing that, especially from early in your career. You could have been, pigeonholed as just this blonde, beautiful, girl in a hit show.
I was.
You were.
Yeah.
But you're so much.
I didn't avoid it. That's
you're
exactly
so much
what
more.
It was.
You're so much more.
I don't know about the beautiful part, but the be pretty blonde. Yeah, I've been fighting that for a very long time and failed miserably. I really have, to be honest. I mean, I rolled the hard 6 on a lot of things, and I fought the system for a long time, and probably shouldn't have, or I should have picked my battles. I should have picked better battles, I think. And if I were going to give advice to a young girl coming up, I would say just make sure it's the battle you want to fight, because there are always time. There is always time, and there will be other battles.
That's like a life lesson too.
It is a life lesson, and one I don't think even if someone told me that at 20 that I would necessarily pay much attention to. But I wish someone was knocking, like, hey, it's totally worthwhile what you're doing, but like you're gonna lose this battle. Like you're just gonna lose. It's not the time. So maybe get in and try to dismantle it from within and wait for an opportunity and then try to bulldoze it down again.
That's great advice. Speaking of fangirl, you just did an episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
I did.
Tell a little. Can you say? Do we even know when it's going to air yet?
I know nothing. I know who I play, but other than that, I know nothing, and I can't say anything. I can't say anything other than how much fun. Like, it's just fun. Just
I was
smile.
so jealous that you got to do that episode. That's like, I love that show. I love Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know. I forgot.
Well, I know, but I can't say anything. I'm
No,
not going to spoil it.
Incredibly fun. Incredibly fun, and like you, I'm a big Walking Dead. That's another fangirl. Although admittedly, I've been very kind of off it this season. I just got kind of, not even kind of, I got wicked crushed when we're not.
They're up to date.
Okay,
I'm
Glenn's
sure.
dead.
The
So,
season 7
sorry.
opener.
I just can't. It's been like 7 months. Spoiler alert! Glenn's dead. That really, like, it legitimately messed me up. I felt like a family member died. I cried for like 2 weeks, and the whole summer I was upset, or whatever that period of time was. I would dream about it. I would dream about who's gonna die. Like,
who Lucille is gonna get?
Yeah. And I was like, it can't be just anybody but Glenn.
But see, then if you read the comics, you would have known it was.
No, I knew he was supposed to die, but they veered enough, and I thought, oh, maybe, because creatively speaking, I thought it would have been far more interesting to keep him alive, not just only because he's awesome, the character's great, but just as an Asian presence on TV that is not, I don't know. I can't even take credit for what I'm about to say. I'm paraphrasing. Someone wrote it awesome. Someone awesome wrote something that was awesome at some time, where they were like, it was great because without you even realizing it, like he's a superhero, really, because he was the moral compass of the show. He was a leader. He was wicked hot, like an attractive soul, got the pretty white girl, managed to save everybody numerous times, and he wasn't a white man. And it just never occurred to me. And then I started thinking about that. I'm like, wow, what other really popular Asian characters are there on mainstream where the focal point is not them being Asian? And I couldn't think of one. And I thought, wow, that would have been a very creative, interesting way to go to keep him alive and have him continue to become more prominent as a face of a leader, but also a face of what would hopefully be a continuing, what's the word I'm looking for? A continuing like presence for us in general.
Exactly. No, I mean, I think that would have been great. If you guys have questions, by the way, you can line up at the mic and we'll take as many as we can.
Let's talk about us going to war with North Korea. Anyone?
I don't have a question
Anyone
about
got
that.
any? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm opposed to. Everyone raise their hands for no war. Cool. All right.
Hi.
There's like one guy, like, you war!
Well, my question's not about North Korea, but it's actually about the musical episode that you did on Buffy.
Oh, that's far easier to talk about. Yeah.
It's close enough.
My question is, what was your favorite song that was performed on that episode, and what was it like preparing and doing the song I'll Never Tell with Nicholas?
Well, I think that's probably my favorite song in quite the musical. Although I like Walk Through the Fire. I remember having the timing of that with the fire truck was difficult, to say the least. It was yeah, that was pretty great. Did I just answer your question?
What was it like preparing?
Shooting it? Well,
Yeah.
prepping it. I don't really remember. I just know that we had extra time. You know, usually we only ever have 8 days to shoot, and broken up by a weekend, and you finish on a Tuesday and start the next one on a Wednesday. And we had, I think, a full month of actual rehearsal, or we had at least 2 weeks to actually shoot the thing. I could be getting that wrong, but I know that it was definitely not 8 days. And that was really nice. We needed it, and it was just nice to have a little bit, I don't know, the stakes were bigger with that, and everyone felt that, so I think there was a definite rise to the challenge, which we all needed at that point.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello, Anya.
That's not my name, and you know it.
My question to you is...
You don't know my name, do you? You have no idea who I
Emma.
am. Hi. Hi, nice to meet you. David, was it?
Kirk. What was it
Can't hear
like to film The Gift,
What was the gift?
the season 5 finale of Buffy?
That's where I killed Buffy. Spoiler.
It was awesome. It was so memorable that I'm honestly finding it difficult to talk about.
It was life-changing for you.
Yeah, it was life-changing. It was. I've never been the same since.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Kirk? Michael? What was your name? Never mind.
Hi.
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 I know you're an enormous fan of the 100, and
Dude,
the
yeah.
100 is like crack to me, so I
Oh.
gotta ask this question.
Keep coming back. I'm kidding.
So given
No
your
one got
love
that,
of the
did they? Mark?
100,
Yeah.
I want to kind of understand your love of the 100 because I know you periodically tweet. You're like, God, put me on the show. God, I want to be on the show. Put me on there. So I just want to kind of understand your love of the 100,
Yeah.
how you think it relates to Buffy, especially One Hita, and then giving your recent one-hit Clark. That's her.
No, I know, but
grounding.
I'm trying to figure out in connection to Buffy. You mean her being
Yeah.
a hero?
Yeah, like the hero kind of
Okay.
dynamic. And now that you've just articulated the point that you're on Fear the Walking Dead, I'm going to make that swing to Alicia Debnam Carey and come back around and just kind of wrap all that in there. So
Yeah.
that's my question or curiosity or kind of an exploration there.
So, what?
How? Okay.
I'm sorry.
The 100.
Yes, I
how
got
does
that far.
How does that like relate to Buffy?
How does that
Are there-
relate to Buffy?
are
That
there
is the
sim-
big
Let's
overall
start there.
question.
Okay.
Yes,
Let's break it
there you
down.
go.
Break it
Okay.
down.
Well, I don't know that it relates to Buffy really at all, unless you're talking about a broad stroke of like dealing with well, no, Buffy was always sort of the pending apocalypse. I mean, this is an actual legit apocalypse and people surviving in that world. I think just what's interesting to me about that show, what has always been interesting to me about that show is that, again, I'll circle back to Glenn, that the characters on that show, no matter what ethnicity, sexual orientation, whatever, it just is. No one in that world, at least, even feels a need to bring it up. It's not like they're solely identified by that. No one really gives a shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, you're a leader and that's natural. It's not like, oh my God, I'm going to be a super strong female now. It's like, well, of course you are. Of course. Oh, of course these two dudes have a really cool relationship. It's like, okay, it would be abnormal in that world to point anything out. That's how like over it mankind is at that point. Like no one cares. And I just find that to be really refreshing. I don't know, because I think it detracts for me when everything has this big agenda. When the agenda is we don't care anymore. That's the big agenda, and that's liberating. I feel to watch it. And I think they're just incredible role models. I mean, aside from the fact that I think the show's just dope, and I think the writing's good, and I just think what they do, the themes that they tackle, it's very Battlestar Galactica as well, which is another one of probably my all-time, which I think I'm due a rewatch. Finding that these heroes are, they don't live in black and white, at all, and they can't, in fact, live in a black and white world, and they're forced to do things that they wouldn't normally do, and you as a viewer are there to judge them, observe them, question them, fangirl like me when they start tanking a really great character. We all know who that was. Bellamy. But they saved Bellamy, and so my heart flutters again because I love him. And yeah, having Wahena, like, yeah, I can see the similarities, like, Kick-Ass Blonde, Buffy Kick-Ass Blonde, but like I don't really draw any other comparisons. Maybe it's because I find it to be so prevalent now. I think with Buffy, there was really no one at that time other than Dana Scully. There were really no kick-ass female characters around. That was a very long answer. Did I even answer it? I don't
Yes,
even
you
know.
did beautifully. Not arcing into Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
and ADC, if you worked with ADC at the time, Alicia Debnam Carey. Oh, you can't tell.
She can't tell. That would
See,
be a spoiler. I like your
literally
initiative, though.
I don't. I show up and I
Emma.
say some words and that's what happens.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
I was going to ask, with all the physical stunt work you guys did on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, to either of you, ever accidentally get hurt or hurt somebody else, or because I know there was a yes. You're saying no, and you're saying yes.
You hurt someone?
I punched Sarah's stunt double and she passed out.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
And
You did?
yeah, remember she had the two Michelles?
Yeah.
Michelle and Michelle. So we were filming, it was the scene with all the snakes, like that scene. And it was like 3 a.m. Everybody was tired. This is why they don't let actors do like fight to fight, hand to hand combat. So it was my turn. And so they were filming me, but I was fighting with the stunt double. And I punched her right here and she crumpled down. And I was like, dude, that was awesome. And then she didn't get up. And then they're like, cut. And then she still was laying there. And then they gave her the smelling salts. She woke up and she had a big knot and 2 black eyes for like 2 weeks. And they called her the unicorn.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
And it's a true story. Yeah.
Scandal. Oh my God. See, I know nothing.
So
yeah.
I know you said your favorite song was I'll Never Tell, but I have to tell you that my favorite was Bunnies. It's definitely Bunnies.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just giving myself a shout.
But actually, my question is, how fun was it to play the Blind Witch on Once Upon a Time? And would you ever want to do it again if they gave you the chance?
I'm so sorry. I was just distracted.
How was it to play the blind witch on Once Upon a Time? And if you had the chance, just keep drinking. If you had the chance to go back on that show, would you? She just spit water all over her pants as well, laughing. Well,
Wow, that was about to go everywhere. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, that should be put down.
did you like her on Once Upon a Time?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. I love the Blind Witch. Is that what you asked? I think it was. Yeah, I psychotically love her. I was thrilled. I did a one-off the first season. I just had such a great time, and it was kind of one of those like, oh, we'd love to see you again. I'm like, yeah, you too, whatever. And then whatever it was, 3 seasons, 4 seasons later, I don't even know. Like, you're gonna come back. Can you come back? I'm like, yes. What am I doing? Like, we don't know. And that's pretty much how it was the whole time I was up there. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, we just love having you around. Just like, you're just funny. Like, you're like, oh, you like super excited about running the diner. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm doing here. And it was hilarious. I love her. I hope, again, it's sort of left with like, we'll see you. I'm like, okay, whenever that is. I love putting on the suit, and it hid my pregnancy like perfectly. No one could tell, except obviously the people who like costuming me, letting the thing out all the time. But yeah, it's the blast. I love every single one of those people. And I love Vancouver. It's ridiculous. Love it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yo, gravy or butter? You didn't answer me. I didn't ask. That's probably why. Gravy or butter? Gravy or butter? Fuck.
Don't be scared. You can go ahead and ask. She may yell at you. She may not. It's okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So you beat up Spike and you were on top of him. So what were those experiences like?
I was on top of him?
Yeah, or was he on top?
I was on top of him. Also.
Well, look. James Marsters is very proficient.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Coming from a feminist standpoint of view, how do you think Buffy changed TV and women on its own, just with story arcs? And what was it like having Anya and Tara being killed?
Okay. Well, Well, I'll answer the second question first. I asked to be killed off, the character. I thought thematically it would be really cool. Like that's the best I can do. I thought thematically it would service the character and her story, her arc, much more, I think, profoundly than her living. It's like, I'm paraphrasing, it's a quote from Virginia Woolf, but basically someone has to die in order for other people to appreciate life more. And I thought, yeah, that. Go you, Virginia Woolf. That's exactly what I mean. That's where my head's at. And as far as a feminist role model, I was never cognizant of that being the case at the time. I was just having a really fun time at work. I got to say ridiculous things, and there wasn't really a social presence at that time, so we didn't have a lot of feedback, so we kind of just did things in a vacuum. It's only been after the fact that I've seen the power that it's had and the impact it's had on people, and especially for young girls. But not even just for young girls, but I think just for boys and as well, to be able to see that side of of women or girls and think that it's normal, I guess. And I think that's really all anyone I think we can hope for at this point, to normalize women being empowered. Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi there.
I just realized you all are coming from this place. Okay. Sorry, it's bright.
Up until recently, there was a popular podcast called Dusted that went through every episode of Buffy. I'm wondering if either of you ever listened to it, and if so, what did you think?
I had not heard of that, but that's a really cool idea. And now that I know it exists, I'm sure in perpetuity somewhere online, I may go back and listen.
Why isn't
What?
Geek Nation just buy it?
Yeah. Why didn't they have us on it when it was like a big
you should
episode
buy it.
for your character or my character?
But if you buy it, then you could redo it.
I don't think I'd want to redo it. It was a
Ownership,
good show, right?
ownership. No.
It was
You
a
could do
good
it
show,
better.
but it's left unfinished.
Oh, why? Where did they leave off?
Season 6, the couple that was
Well, I'm
doing
gone,
it,
so it's fine.
Thank you.
They finished. Hi.
Hi. On the set of Buffy, did you guys ever take, like, with permission or without permission, any props or break any props on stage?
I always wore my underwear home that they bought me because it was much nicer than the underwear I bought myself.
Yeah, actually. I stole a
Remember?
lot of underwear.
It was such nice underwear.
Yeah, and they never said anything about it. They just kept bringing me new
More.
underwear. But then I think that'd be kind of gross, not to be gross, but like, why would you want to take someone's underwear back? Like, you're not going to reuse it. Are you going to give another actor someone's underwear? No.
Well, I mean, it's still the only, not to belabor the point of undergarments, but it's still the only show where I was provided underwear as well. Usually it's just, a bra or, if there's a special camisole or something.
Oh,
but
yeah, you actually had some really nice stuff.
Yeah, I did. I also took a couple props, but I'm not going to be able to tell you which ones. But you guys want to hear a cool story? At the end of season 7, when it was Warner Brothers had a catalog of all the wardrobe and props and whatnot, and they did an eBay auction for charity, and they auctioned off all this stuff. And someone who was a fan of the show bought the robe that I wore in the 100th episode, and then they sent it to me, and with the certificate of authenticity and everything, and it's now hanging in Geek Nation. It was a really nice gesture.
That's cool.
Yeah.
God, my fans suck.
Sorry, Emma.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Always,
Thank you.
always
And
the
you look great, by the
bridesmaid,
way.
Never the bride. No, I'm kidding. You guys are awesome.
Hi.
Hello.
I actually have a question for.
I can't get comfortable. I'm so sorry.
I have a question for each of you, kind of individually, if that's allowed.
Okay.
Claire, I was wondering, what was it like to kind of share a character with another actor? Because obviously you played Glory, and then you had someone else playing Ben, and I really like the scene kind of later in season 5 where you kind of finally have that confrontation between the two of you. So what was it like as an actor to kind of share a role?
Well, I mean, if you, in actor speak, there were 2 different roles. It was more the body that was being shared. But that scene in particular in the alleyway was really interesting to film because it was before like all the CGI special effects we have nowadays existed. So we kind of had to do it like old school way, where they filmed me doing the entire scene as both characters, and then they filmed him doing the entire scene, which, by the way, the only downfall in casting Charlie to play Glory's other half was I am like 5 feet 5 inches, and Charlie is like 6 feet 3 inches. So every time we had to do one of these morphing scenes, I literally had to like walk along like a sidewalk of apple boxes so that I would be the same height as him, and in post it would make it easier to switch us back and forth. So that was sort of the process. Whenever we like morphed from one to the other, we would each have to film the entire scene, and then we'd film parts where like I'd film my lines and start to overlap his, and then they'd be like, freeze. And then I'd stand there, and then they'd have Charlie come up and like try to like exactly get in the position I was in, and then I'd like duck away. So it was really rudimentary if you look at it from nowadays, but at the time it was pretty complicated. So, Emma?
And then for Emma, I know we kind of talked about the musical and how that was a lot of fun. In season 7, you actually kind of reprise and do a musical number in an episode that's kind of a focus on Anya. And so I was kind of wondering, what is it like to kind of be, a secondary character and then get an episode that's really all about you, where you're really the
Secondary
focus?
character.
That's right.
I don't know who you're talking about. Anya was no second fiddle to anyone. That's right. The end. Sit down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I liked it. Is that your question?
Yeah.
That extra number was awesome. I loved it. I was flattered, really flattered that I got to have another number all to myself. That was pretty incredible. The
Thank
end.
you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Secondary character.
I didn't say it.
Dude, that is like not. What? Well,
His
still.
what?
A second. Shh. Just sit down.
Hi. I was wondering if either one of you had any stories of like hijinks that went on set, like, behind the scenes and things like that, or any just fun stories from shooting Buffy.
Well, Allie always used to try to scare people. She would succeed, mainly with Tony. And he would get it the worst. She would just wait outside his trailer, wait patiently, and pounce when he would come out, all Tony'd and English, and she would just, and he would just, take that. It was really funny to watch. It was really funny.
For me, since I didn't get to work with the main cast as often, till maybe towards the end of the season a little bit more when we were having the group fights. So I was always stuck with the minions, who I had no idea what they looked like in real life, because I'd come to work and they'd already be in their prosthetics, and then I'd leave, like, bye, and they're like getting their prosthetics taken off. So one day, I don't know why, I was there a little bit early, and I went into the lunch, the catering line, and this guy's like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, hi. And he's like, yeah, talking to me as if I should know him, and I soon realized it is, Kevin Weissman, who was one of the minions, but it was kind of funny because I had no idea. Yeah, he was.
Kevin Weissman?
Yes.
He's my friend.
Yeah, he's my minion.
He was on Buffy?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Oh.
And he was in, see, you didn't even know.
Even though my friend was on Buffy.
So there you go.
Hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Hi.
That's so hilarious.
Hello.
Oh my
Whedon's projects frequently use a lot of twists and reversals to sort of subvert expectations, and you can see that just in each individual episode. So I want to ask, what was your favorite twist from Buffy? Like episode specific, etc., or just...
Favorite twist that maybe I wish I would have been told was that I was a god. Because I did not know that until I read it in the script in that episode where I say I'm a god or she's a god or whatever happens, the reveal for that.
Dude, I don't remember. I don't remember anything. Like, you were God?
I was a god. Yeah.
I have no idea. I just didn't even know my friend was on the show.
How else do you think I opened up the porthole?
So you're like superpowers, like everybody else. Like you just had like magic powers.
No, I was a god.
You were a god.
You can just say when Giles chainsawed down the door if you want. From
Did
the
he do
Halloween
that?
episode. Yeah, he did.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I've literally seen the episodes one time.
Okay,
That's
so
it. I've seen them one time.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Except, I mean, I've seen some recaps or whatever, mainly from just doing these, seen some clips or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. But I literally, I don't remember anything.
That's okay. Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I have a question. There's like 6 minutes left. We can do one of two things. We can keep taking questions, or Emma and I have prepared in honor of Buffy's 20th anniversary, we've prepared a 10-question Buffy quiz. Does anyone want to, if you want to do the quiz, say quiz. If you want to do the questions, say questions. Okay, quiz. Okay, so what we need is like, if you think you're an absolute Buffy trivia expert, come up to the front here. And like just 10 or 15 people.
It's like the whole stage. I mean, the whole audience comes up.
Okay. So, so scoot back just a little bit so that the cameras can get you if they want. I have 10 questions, and we're going to play for a pass to Planet Comicon 2018, a weekend pass. So whoever's going to win this. Emma, your job is to keep track of who gets the most questions right.
Okay.
And
how am I going to do that?
Also, your job, if you know the answer, don't shout it out. Raise your hand really fast, and you say who raises their hand first. Okay, no more people come up after this because it'll be too hard to keep track, okay? No more people. Yeah. Oh. The invisible line on the carpet that only I can see. Okay,
Hello.
Here we go.
I know both of you.
Okay, so let's practice. Let's say you know the answer. Raise your hand. Okay.
Oh, come on.
So it won't be that hard. All right.
What?
You guys ready?
Wait,
I wish we had the music,
the
intro music, but we'll just make do.
Right.
Question number 1. Which actor filmed scenes for the Buffy movie as well as the TV show?
You do. You. No, this big tall dude right
With
here.
the umbrella.
7 foot tall dude. Are you 7
No,
feet?
he doesn't know.
What?
Second.
You.
No. Yes.
Good job. Girl in the green. Right?
Seth Green. Sorry, guys. But his scenes were deleted.
Whoa.
You are correct. All right, question
Impressive.
number 2. This is a tough one. Finish this sentence from the show and name the character who said it. Quote, and you've got people, billions of people walking around like... No.
What? Oh, God.
Who was next?
You, I think.
Happy Meals and it was Spike.
Happy Meals with legs, and it was Spike. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Question 3. What was the name of the first set of issues of Buffy Season 8 comics?
You. Oh, God.
Never mind.
Anyone.
What was the name of the first set of issues of Buffy Season 8?
Yep.
Buffy Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No.
Oh.
Come on, you guys. Come on. Anybody know this? We're going to have a draw. You want to take a guess?
Long Way Home?
Yes. The Long Way Home.
Nice.
Okay,
Dr.
raise
Who.
your hand if you have a point. You.
It's one apiece.
You, and you. Okay, that was 3 questions, so 4 people can't have points. It's just
No, there were.
that was 3 questions so
Yeah,
far.
yeah, the
4th
1, 2, 3.
question. Ready. What is Xander's middle name?
Tiny girl right here. Yeah. No, the first one. Yes. You.
What was Xander's middle name? If you don't know, pass. Okay. Emma, who rose their hand
Wait,
third?
put your hand down. Put your hand down. Hand up. God. I think it was you. I think it was you. Yes.
Lavelle is correct.
All right. Everyone's got one.
Question 5. In Buffy season 8, who was revealed to be the character Twilight?
Oh, you again.
Angelus.
Angel, yes.
Wow. Girl's got 2 points.
Question 6. In the movie, who did Buffy hope to marry when she graduated high school? In the movie. Yes. Not Christian Bale. Yes. Christian Slater is correct. She got it. Question 7. What is Buffy's home address?
You, tall dude.
Ravello Drive.
I need an address. No. Correct. 1630 Ravello Drive. Question 8. How did Mutant Enemy and every Buffy episode end?
Girl, green shirt.
The Gur-R monster going across.
Grr. Yes. Question 9. How many vampires did Buffy slay between the movie and the show? Not 2000.
Here.
You mean between the end of the movie and the beginning of the show?
No, between both the show and the movie. A guess is okay. I'm going to take it whoever's closest. Yes.
206.
Does anyone else want to take a guess? Because I will take whoever's closest.
This guy right here in the cape. No. You had it first. He did.
312.
Anyone else?
I was going to say 313.
Okay.
Was this Price is Right? My God.
Okay, really quick. If they have their hand up, really quick, say.
183.
What?
183.
Okay.
205.
314.
450.
Go.
520. 300.
Okay.
1,200.
Who said 183? It's 133, so that's, you get that point.
Wait, you already had one, right?
Last question.
No, wait. No, she got one before.
Yeah, I said she just got. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry.
This is the last question. What is the quote from the season 3 finale in reference to? Quote, miles to go, Little Miss Muffet counting down from 730.
Little one.
It's to say that Buffy's so perfect and Faith is like the dark slayer and she's the lighter version of her. Like a shadow of...
That's a good guess, but that's not the case. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, I don't know. Hands down again. Hands up. Oh, you, I think. It was you.
That dawn was coming.
I need you to be more specific. Okay, one of these guys.
But I don't know who I can't do next because... Hands down, hands down. Hands up. Oh, Cape Dude, again. You got it.
Little sister is coming home.
No.
Oh,
okay,
yes, definitely tall dude, right here.
730 days until dawn comes.
Yes. Buffy's death at the end of season 5, 365 days in a year, exactly 2 years until she'd die. 365 times 2 is 730. Very good. Okay,
Wow.
who is the winner? Who has,
Her.
you had 3?
Right here.
How many
3.
points did you have? 1, but that was a good one you got. Well earned. Okay. Okay, and how many points did you guys have? Okay, so you guys all 3 of you will get passes to next year's Planet Comicon 2018 weekend passes. 3 passes. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you, Emma. And we hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye. I'll see you soon.
Wait.
One more round of applause for Emma.
Wait.
She has something important to say.
No, I'm trying to remember it now. there's this organization. I met her this morning. Fuck. I think it's Catch. I think it's KETCH. I think it's Catch. They're a really cool organization. They're a nonprofit. They're thinking about half their company going for profit sometime within a year. And basically what they do is help mentally challenge. Thank you. I didn't want to say the wrong phraseology or terminology. They basically help them with events and things like this, and basically help them have as much access to social events and just having a normal life. And they're really awesome. So if you guys, they're just in need of help and money, and the people who work for them get paid absolutely nothing, and they have a lot of very intense work as well. So if you just think about it, and you haven't spent all your money coming to see me, oh my God, that was a laugh, fuck. Then please, give your time, give a shout out, maybe even if it's 50 cents. It's 50 cents more than they're making. That's all. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And you three, go talk to